Hello all, welcome back to Crazy Cassette Town. The subject of our video is in this box right here. If you've seen the title of the video, you know what we're doing today. It's finally time to see exactly what I imported from Japan and how much it cost me to do it and how out of my mind I was to do it in 2023. Just looking over the box here real quick before we get into it. I see 0 shipping damage, which was my experience with Jauce on the last couple of times I used them, so I'm very pleased about that. However, I will tell you, this was expensive enough that I'm not doing this again for just any old cassette deck, so we'll get into the cost of that later. But right now, I want to show you guys what I got. It's very possible that this unit is not worth the amount of money it took to get this here, so let's find out what we've got. And then after we do the blah 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 blah, after we do an unboxing, we'll look it over, see what kind of shape it's in, we'll do the cost breakdown, and then we'll see what all works on this unit and what all I have to do to it. So yeah, let's get started. I just got off the road from coming back from Calgary yesterday. I may have mentioned it before, but I had to go in to get the car's supercharger clutch looked at. And I used that as an excuse to go back to Banff and get a bunch of video. So I've got, I think, 450 gigabytes worth of video to go through from that trip. So there will be a lot of video in the future. And as far as the car goes, yes, the dealer did find an issue with the supercharger clutch. It's a known issue on the 17 to 19 Audi Q7. I knew about it going in, so I'm not particularly concerned about this, but it's covered under warranty. And they're going to be doing that job in a couple of weeks here. Hey, I've ordered the parts, and I'm just waiting for a call back, and then I'll set up another appointment so I can get this done. Anyhow, very happy with the car still. Don't get me wrong. I knew about this being a problem, so I'm willing to lie down on the bed I made, so yeah, very happy with that car otherwise. Anyhow, lots of packaging material. I'm just kind of tossing it over my shoulder here, or trying to. Now, I've said that this is possibly not worth the money it took to get it here. However, it has the possibility of being an even better cassette deck than my Carver unit, which is quite the feat, if I may say so myself. Okay, let's see here. Lots of bubble wrap. See, this is what I like about Jauce. They charge you a fortune for shipping, and it doesn't matter which format you use, apparently, but they really pack things well. So we gotta get in here and see what's in here. So yeah, if you're buying an Audi Q7 from 17 to 19, be aware that the supercharger clutches are a known issue, high failure rate, and the part number's been superseded like 5 different times on it, so I'm hoping my next one holds up a little better because I want to keep that car for like 10 to 12 years now. It's the perfect car, literally, for me. Alright, I'm gonna move you up like this. I've got you hanging around my neck, so yeah, this neck mount got a lot of use in Banff, so I found out the hard way that you have to have an Osmo Action 3 in horizon balance mode when you use this neck mount, because otherwise it goes all crooked. And I'm starting to see what I have here. I don't know if you saw it yet. This is not a top of the line machine, it is second from top of the line. So it should still be quite special. The top of the line machine, I tried to get one. Those things were going for 400 bucks. And that's almost what I paid with shipping for this one. So what do we have here? Well, we have an Aiwa Excelia XK-007. So yeah, basically the next model up from my carver. You'll recall that the carver is a relabeled Aiwa 80F880, but that same chassis was also the Excelia XK-005. So it and this unit share the exact same transport. The only thing that's different is the circuitry. And these were available in North America, but they're just easier to find in Japan for some reason. So yeah, I got one from Japan here. So I've mentioned before that there are modifications you can do to the carver that improve the recording capabilities, and basically what those modifications do is they bring the carver up to this level. So I'm hoping that this is going to turn out to be a fantastic recorder. So we're going to find that out. Anyhow, let's just finish getting this out of the bubble wrap. And we'll look it over. All right. The pictures made it look really worn in front, and there is some wear here. Yeah, around the power button especially. The buttons aren't all worn off, that's good. We'll turn that off, we don't need any timer recording. So yeah, this uses the exact same transport as the carver, which is why I was willing to roll the dice on this. Worst case Ontario, we can take the transport out of here and swap it with the carver. I hope it doesn't come to that, but we'll find out as time goes by. A few scratches on top, nothing serious. What the heck is this thing? Might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.
Okay, it's not a tumor. This is a power transformer. Ooh, look at the... there's an awful lot of corrosion on these RCA jacks, I gotta say. I'm gonna have to clean those up for sure. Got our standard Japanese power cord here. And I've got a step-down transformer, just so I can run this. I've had it for much longer than I've had this. Okay, we've got a direct in over here, along with a regular line in, and the line out, of course. AC 100 volts, 29 watts, 50 or 60 hertz, which should be just fine for our purposes. So, before we look at this any further, let's take a look at my cost breakdown for this unit. I'm just setting up my phone here so I can watch my shot, just so I can make sure you're seeing everything. Okay, here we go. PayPal deposits. 19,995 yen, which is 218.38 Canadian, 10,448 yen, and 8,002 yen, which adds up to $418.45 Canadian. And then there was duty on top of that for 32.15. So yeah, $450.60 is what it costs to get this thing to me. So Jauce fees. This is where they nickel and dime you. Okay, for the 3 deposits, I paid 1526 yen in fees. That's $16.28. For winning the auction, I had to pay 1,984 yen, which was 2116. Shipping from the seller to the local warehouse for Jauce was 1470 yen, $15.68. Bank charges, $3.20. And then finally the international unpacking, shipping and packing, 13,270 yen, which was 141.56. And that is the slow way. This is using Post Japan, or Japan, blah, 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 blah. I can't talk again for some reason. This is I really can't talk today. My brain's all scrambled from the last few days. This is the Japanese post office. 141.56 there. So yeah, the Jauce fee total alone was 56.32 Canadian, and the shipping total was 157.24. So, cost of using Jauce was 213.56, and the cost of this unit, pay no attention to that, I got the wrong number there, 204.89. The XK-009 is actually the next model up from this and the flagship model, and I will get one eventually, but just not anytime soon. So yeah, given the cost of shipping and all that, what are my thoughts as to using Jauce in 2023? Well, I'm not doing it again for anything less than a flagship model of any brand. It's just not worth the shipping. But yeah, that's what it cost me, so it's sitting in front of me now, and I hope we can do something with this. But first things first, we gotta check the head quality. I want to be sure that I got something decent here I can work with. And I gotta pause you for a second because I need a flashlight. Okay, we're back. And let's have a look and see what's going on. Okay, this is a bit of a different setup, it seems, than the Carver, in that it's got a different type of tape stabilization thing going on in there. So, am I going to be able to get my fingernail on that to see what the heads are like? Probably not so easily. I just got to get in there and with my fingernail. Well, this is promising. I'm not feeling any ridges. I was concerned about that. Not any major ridges anyway. It's really hard for me to tell though. I might have to check these again once I get the transport out. If I have to get the transport out. Pinch rollers, I can't even get my finger in there to see how good they are. Let me grab a dental pick. Trying not to do this with any sharp ends on this pick. That's not helping. Try a different one. Rubber's a little hard. Should be able to do something about that. Heads need cleaning for sure. But we can do that with a transport service. I am actually quite certain that the belts in here are turned to goo by now. They usually are on these Aiwa units, as was the case for my Carver, and I've already got the parts for it, so you're not going to be waiting forever for me to to service this, because I'm probably going to start on it fairly soon here. I don't know exactly when, but... How did this door go back on? There we go. Okay. So, let's give some power to it. And let's see what we got here. Alright, the display looks good. Light in the transport well looks good. So far, so good. Let me get a tape out here, and we'll see if the transport does anything, because I obviously can't test the transport with this weird mechanism in place. Or can I? I actually might be able to. Let me do that before I put a tape in it. Let's see, where are the switches? Okay, we got it to do something here. Okay, I saw this reel move. Okay, there's lots of drag on that reel, so we do have a decent idler in there, it seems. Let's try play. Yeah, the take-up reel's moving. How about the... oh, no. The head block did not move. So it's trying to play, but there's no movement of the head block, and the pinch rollers are not engaging. I know what that is. We've got belt issues. And we've got other issues too, because I don't know if you heard. It's making all kinds of noise in there. We're going to have to do a full service on that transport. Color me surprised. Let me try it with the tape. I want to see if the... Okay, it is a little draggy, it looks like. I'm willing to bet that's a lube issue, not an idler issue, because the idler felt nice and grippy. So yeah, lots of work to do in there. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. If I can get this fully serviced and working, it should sound better than the Carver. And fair disclosure, I am still planning on getting the Carver its modifications. In fact, I've already got some of the parts for it, so... We're going to find out which is the better deck when I finally get that thing modified, so... I'm just looking at this label here. It's kind of interesting to me. Sony UCX, Scotch XS2, TDK HX. I don't know what this is. This might be recommended tapes to use with this unit. Interesting. I got lots of cassettes now I can use with this thing, so... Yeah, it should be mentioned that you don't see it on this machine, but some markets of this machine got DBX noise reduction. Yeah, unfortunately the Japanese market didn't get it for some reason. It's just Dolby B and C on this unit. And this should actually say through. The labels weren't off. So yeah, this is for the counter. You got your memory for stop and replay. Record mute over here. Switch for off tape monitoring. CD Dat Direct. Yeah, it's a real nice machine, and I just noticed the record level was offset, so I hope there's nothing going on with the electronics, but if there are, that's what we're here for. We'll fix it. Or we'll try to fix it. So yeah, looks like this thing made it here safely. And now we've got to tear into it and see what's wrong with it and fix it all up, and hopefully get it as working as well as the carver. There. Words come brain without. I shouldn't have started this video today. I should have just waited. Anyway, I'll see you soon, and this will see you soon. Again. Take care, everyone.